Welcome, brothers. Today I'm going to be talking about seeing things from a different perspective. Now, anytime you see an unfortunate situation, realize that there are always two or more stories to that situation. For instance, for every man you see with a disability, let's say he lost all his limbs, there's one who's going to be begging on the street, and there's going to be another who's a successful motivational speaker. For every man who's addicted to porn or sex, there's another one who found purpose and love in duty or just out of fear, and he did whatever it took to overcome his addiction because he was scared of screwing up his life, right? There's a man who's lost all his money late in life and chose to live in poverty and give up. And there's one who rose above that situation. It was late in life, but he hustled and he regained his wealth later on in life, in his 50s or 60s. There's a man who chooses to let his background, his economic status, his race, or what he was diagnosed with hold him back, right? There are people who buy into stereotypes and believe that, hey, I'm not allowed to do this or allowed to do that. And then there are other people who look just like them or from the same culture who move past that. Brothers, personally, I overcame ADD, dyslexia, prejudice, racism, low self-esteem, depression, my compulsive disorders, and extreme poverty, like no food for days poverty, to accomplish many things and much more to come, simply because of one core belief. And that belief is that I am in control of my story. Not society, not some employer, not my past, not my upbringing, not my education, not my culture or my race, not some mystical being in the sky writing my story. You write your story. Life promises you only one thing, and that is that time will pass and you will die. It's a river which keeps flowing, and that destination at the end is the same for everyone. So how you make the journey is actually up to you. You choose your story by changing the statements which you're making to yourself every moment. Start from a very simple place. Change something like, you know what? I can't control my sexual behavior, or it's impossible for me to control my urges, to it's challenging to control my sexual behavior. That's it. That alone is going to transform your daily reboot life. Going from I can't or it's impossible to simply saying it's challenging. That's it. It's just a challenge. Does that make sense, brothers? Self-talk is so important. The belief you have in yourself is important. And brothers, as we go through this series, I'm going to be sharing more about that. Now, if you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, brothers, there's a link to it in the description below. And if you've been watching this and going like, hey, JK, is there an easier way to just get your entire system summarized in some way? Yes, you can pick up a copy of my ebook. It's called Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men. There's a link to it in the description below. And there's also a live video training which talks about the principles in 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow.